So I guess it's coffee time in Salento. Well, every time I do a video I got a different type of coffee here in Salento, because Quarta coffee, it's one of the coffees that is really well known, but then there is this Valentino, there is Mocha Cafe, there's several. So
and this is a delicious one, isn't it? Leche based.
This is leche based, Valentino. Yeah, it's leche based. But I would say welcome to Salento with love. I caught you. I'm Davide Mengoli, and you are?
Fiona Cameron.
Oh, Fiona. Fantastic to have you here. Where are we?
We're in Galatani, actually, aren't we?
Well, actually, if you could see, we've got the sea in the background, and if you look on the map, Galatani is a little bit inland. But the video that we just published a few days ago, I don't know when this video is going to go out, probably a few days ago, shows that this is the cut-off point of Galatani. You didn't know this?
No.
You do now?
Yes.
So Galatani has a little stretch, so you can swim in this water and it's like being a home, because you've got a home in Galatani.
Yes, I do.
So fantastic. Well, first of all, I'll say thank you very much, like I usually say to anyone who's happy to do a testimonial. Probably there's quite a few on the list that could jump on the camera, but it's always kind of nervous, you know, to be I can see you're pretty relaxed and chilled.
Yes, no.
Although we've had several
wonderful
coffees.
to have this opportunity, and you know, you've created this amazing opportunity.
Well, it's been beautiful because you've been around for a few weeks, and it's been amazing to have you here from the moment we had our first Zoom call to the moment I actually saw you for the first time. I think it was on a Sunday afternoon.
Oh,
you just arrived.
Yes.
And now you're almost at the end of a 6 weeks journey here in Salento. So how was, well, first of all, what have you purchased? What are you doing here? What are the plans? I'll let you do all the talking, because normally I do a lot of the talking, I guess. So tell me.
Well, I've purchased this wonderful property. It's actually 2 houses, isn't it? Divided into 3 units. 3 property. They're on 3 separate titles.
Correct.
In the Centro Storico of Galatani. That one of them needs a bit of renovation. Well, 2 of them need a bit of renovation, which we're actually, it's in train now. And this wonderful man, well, you know, we looked at a couple, 2 or 3 properties, and you said to me, this is a very good investment because it's on 3 titles, 3 properties, in terms of long-term investment. And the plan is really to create, well, we're calling it Create with Love. It's these creative retreats for artists and writers. You know, my background as an academic, I travel a lot, and it's very difficult to find space that you can retreat to and do your own writing that's set up properly, you know, with the right furniture, desks and lights and chairs, and is in the right spot, a really quiet, tranquil spot with the right energy. And also one of those spaces would make a good artist studio.
Fantastic.
The downstairs unit, number 16.
Yes.
We've just knocked out a wall to create more light. It's got an internal courtyard now. It'd be a great artist studio.
Wow, and you don't really live around the corner, do you?
No. No, I live in Sydney at the moment.
Wow.
But, you know, we'll be spending more time in Europe. And, you know, I've lived in Stockholm and I've lived in Munich. So I have quite a big academic circle of colleagues who are really excited about this development, this
Right.
Create with Love development that we're doing here.
I think I'll have to patent the with love, because more and more I see this with love popping up on a lot of other things. It's something that I created in 2013 actually, but now it sounds so beautiful.
It does sound beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's also, I mean, it's part of your whole process, your whole product that you're offering too. So it makes sense to sort of bring it into the fold of the With Love fold.
Yeah. And so we met on Zoom.
Yes, we did.
Wow. And
Back in, would it be September or October maybe?
yeah, I think it was probably after the summer into beginning of the fall.
Yeah.
And so we had a conversation, and the usual product, which is called We Search, We Inspect, and We Advise. You engaged us to find and match a property to your expectations. And did you complete remotely?
Yes.
Wow. So when you arrived here and the property was already yours?
Yes, it was extremely exciting. It was so exciting, just the whole anticipation of coming here and seeing this property. And it was above my expectations.
Wow, that I think that's one of the things that hits me the hardest, in a very positive way, when people say above expectations, because I think one of the things that makes us different in life is when we work to match people's expectations in wherever field we are in. If you're in the research, you may have your own expectations that you need to meet, and then you have expectations of the people that potentially are paying for the research. And so wherever field we're in, and so when somebody says above expectations, makes me extremely happy. Now, you've purchased the property remotely, so you arrived here. Obviously it wasn't a turnkey property, it does need a little bit of work, and you've been here for 6 weeks. What have you experienced, in this process? Because you've come to our office, we've had time together, you've met my staff. What can you say about the process that you have experienced and witnessed firsthand?
Well, just the breadth of sort of support you give people, the type of services you offer. Like, I'm in the middle of doing a renovation at the moment. It's been a really smooth process. The people you work with, your colleagues, your family, it's very professional in a way they operate. In terms of the renovation, I couldn't speak highly enough of the process.
Thank you.
We go to, we have conversations, we have, Toti's translating, Stefano's taking me to bathroom shots, the kitchen shop. We're talking about options. They get all the quotes done, get the design done, and you're there the whole time, and it's just an incredibly smooth and professional process. And the troubleshooting, if you have any problems like setting up a phone, organising, like car hire, and just all those things.
Table at restaurants,
and
a taxi.
Exactly. And the other thing is, it's just so social. You're creating a community of a Salento with Love family, you call it. So I've met some amazing people, Davide, and organising these great social get-togethers where people can create a network with each other. And you have a community here that you walk right into, and I feel very privileged to have been here for that length of time, because I really get a sense of what you are achieving here, and what your plans are, and how this community is growing.
Yeah, and I think it's probably part of my vision. It's is to create an environment that everybody can benefit from. Let the motorbike go by. Create an environment where everybody can benefit from, and I think the world is changing so fast that the type of people that I am experiencing as part of this community are probably very different to the people that were purchasing property in this part of the world, or in Spain or Portugal, potentially as a result of coming to a different stage of their life and relaxing, and probably just wanting a place where the weather was beautiful. I'm experiencing people that are ready and prepared to bring their know-how. When you talk about the With Love retreat, creative retreat, it makes me understand immediately that you're going to bring something over here that is not just somebody taking advantage of a cheap wine or a cheaper wine, or a quality of life that it's really high at a cost that potentially is very different to certain parts of the world, but you are actually prepared. And this is really what fuels me, this idea of bringing these people together. Obviously, we are a property management, so I help people match their expectation like I've done it in your case. But ultimately, the aim is to make sure that everything runs smoothly.
Oh, smoothly is the word, like right from the beginning. And, you know, I talk to you, I talk to Anna Maria, and she says, oh, what all the stuff that you have to do. But for us that come here, it just looks like a really smooth, professional process.
Yeah, and process is I think it's the key word. Purchasing a property is not science fiction. Thousands of people purchase a property in Italy or Spain, Portugal, Greece, and different other parts of the world. But purchasing the right property already, it's an art on its own. And I think you probably have met a few people. What do you think about the properties that these other people have bought? Just
all
like
of
you.
All of them are extraordinary. And honestly, you know, and you know, they're all very, very happy with their purchase. Yeah.
So I think,
and there's a level of, you know, we all say how much, you know, we all came through the same process, basically, usually through YouTube. We'd seen your videos, and we all got, you know, a feeling about you as a person, about your integrity, you know, and that came across very clearly, and it really was. I remember when we had our conversation, I think it was our second Zoom conversation, and we talked about this property that I purchased, and you said to me, what would you like to do? And for 1 second I thought, let's just do it. It just felt right. It just felt right doing it with you and Salento with Love.
great. And you also experienced an area that, although you were only here for 6 weeks, you probably noticed some changes, developments. So it's obviously an area that it's going through some extraordinary investments. So it's good to be there right at the beginning of that curve.
Yes.
In fact, the noise in the background, I think they're working on these roads here. They're doing a big roundabout. A promenade is going on. So yeah, there are quite a lot of things happening, including the town that you've purchased the property. Sometimes I say good things, sometimes I say less beautiful things, but that's because I'm very, very objective. But at the same time, I recognize the potential of some of these pockets. And from an investment point of view, I just like people to take full advantage of that.
Oh, yes. You know, just wandering around the Centro Storico in Galatani, it's just this, you know, this mine of observation of these ancient buildings, and just the way people conduct their lives is just incredible.
Yeah.
It's just for me, coming from the other side of the world.
And you never got wrong with ancient. You see, there must have been a time that the Colosseum was just left there standing alone when no one was probably looking at it, you know, when the Great Depression happened after the Roman Empire collapsed, and that, you know, hundreds of centuries later. But now, you know, it's the most visited monument in the whole world. I think it's the #1, the Colosseum. So that tells us that, well, I'm not sure if it's #1, but I think it is probably the #1. But if it's not, it may be 2 or 3. But what that tells us is that ancient never gets it wrong. So investing in beauty, and it always pays back. And you're wandering the streets and you see this ancient writing on the door frames of going back 300, 400, 500 years, and a little fresco somewhere. And so it's definitely just beautiful to be in an environment that is such it's got so much richness, really, from an aesthetic and historic point of view.
Absolutely. And I think is it Ospitale?
Yes, Via Ospedale.
Yeah, she pointed out that hospital that's, what is it?
1560. So yeah, it was, you imagine that building standing alone there.
And it's just sitting there. It's, I don't
just
know,
waiting for some love.
So yeah, isn't that incredible?
So you're going to come back in
August for
so you arrived there, it was a bit cold,
time.
because everybody thinks, oh, Salento, it's tropical. It's not tropical. So you arrived 6 weeks ago, it was a bit cold.
But the sky was blue. It was incredible. After coming from Australia, where we've had rain for months.
Wow. And
Yeah.
so you're now just about to leave and the temperatures are getting warmer and warmer. In fact, you just said, I wonder if I'm going to be able to get in the water before going away. Who knows? You're going away in a few days. We'll find out.
I'll certainly try.
But you're coming back in August, so it'll be fantastic to see the refurbishment that
Yeah, it's supposed to be ready within a month. In a month.
fantastic.
So yeah, when I come back in August, I'm going to finish it. So the first one, Create with Love, will be available.
So I know that everybody, everyone that's watching these videos are probably watching as well, remote refurbishing. I can't do a series for every property that we're refurbishing. I think we'll probably have more than 20 properties that are in line to be refurbished. So I can't do a series for each one of them. So you'll have to enjoy the couple of series that are out there. But I'm sure some of the Instagram posts will probably carry some of the refurbishment that is happening at your property. What can I say?
Fantastic journey, fantastic experience.
Well, fantastic meeting you, fantastic having you here from the other side of the world, literally down under, and now here in Salento. Very, very privileged to be having you as part of this environment here and having you here, and I can't wait to see you again in August.
Yeah, I can't wait to be back and see all of you.
We haven't said how much you paid for the property, and I'm not going to. How much you're spending for the refurb, and I'm not going to. But feel free to reach out to her. She's actually told you her name right at the beginning of this video. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you've enjoyed this testimonial, and visit Salento, regardless if you're thinking of expanding your real estate empire or just having a great holiday. It is a fantastic place to experience.
It is.
So much to do with food, history, culture. There's so much here in a very short space of land, in a small space. So great. Fiona,
Wonderful.
thank you very much. Thank you very much for everybody that supports the channel, supports what I'm doing, and have seen Salento with Love growing and expanding and potentially opening up in different frontiers as well. So thank you very much for the support. Appreciate that. Press the subscribe button, the little bell to get the alert. And what do we say at the end of the video? Stay safe wherever you are. She obviously hasn't rehearsed that before.
No.
Stay safe
I haven't.
wherever you are.
Yeah. Thank you, Davide.
Thank
Amazing.
you, Fiona. Thank you.
Amazing to create this opportunity for
Thank
people.
you. Bye.
Bye.